Welcome to the Sun today for the 13th of February 2025. We're getting some interesting activity over the east limb, so we'll take a look at that later. Solar activity today has been moderate, basically what we'd expect for this time of the cycle. The sunspot number has risen to 110. We have 3 new numbered sunspot regions on the disk, plus another 2 that are not as yet numbered. Flare activity, we had 7 C flares, that's up, 1 M flare, which is the same as we got the day before, and 4 coronal mass ejections, which is down. Solar wind has been varying between 450 and 550 kilometers per second. The KP index is still relatively high, and just a few minutes ago we entered into a G1 geomagnetic storm. We have a grand total of 13 sunspot regions on the disk, 5 of which are new. 3 of those are numbered, that's 92, 93 and 94. And I've marked 2 others on the disk with a question mark, and those I assume will be numbered in the next day or 2. We also have a region coming over the southeast limb that produced the M flare, which I'll show you a video of later. So things seem to be perking up quite considerably. We're about to lose 3983 and 3988 over the west limb. As I said, we've just entered into a G1 geomagnetic storm, but technically that's tomorrow's data, but I just show it here for completeness. Otherwise, the KP index is still relatively high, varying between 3 and 4. The solar wind speed has been bouncing up and down between 450 and 550 kilometers per second, and the temperature is still about 100,000 degrees, which is, again, transition region temperatures, not coronal temperatures. The magnetosphere is more active than it was yesterday. On the left we have the 12th. You can see there's no color in that apart from green, which is the lowest level. And on the right we have today, and that is indicating that there'll be some fairly good aurora at higher latitudes, particularly around the Hudson Bay in Canada. Here we have the X-ray flux for the last couple of days. And you can see earlier in the plot that the X-ray background was about 1. Is now up to about 1.7, so the X-ray background has increased as these new regions have come online. We had 7 C flares and 1 M flare yesterday, and you can see right at the far right hand side of this plot that we have an M flare for today as well. As I mentioned, we have a flare on the southeast limb, and I'm going to show you a movie in the AIA 131 angstrom channel. That's 10 million degrees. It's going to be a 6-hour movie, and it's on the southeast limb of the Sun. And note the size of the event compared with the Earth. CME activity has been increased slightly. We had 7 CMEs recorded by SOHO. The solar wind speed varying wildly between 450 and 550. And so I'm going to show you a SOHO LASCO C2 and C3 movie. Well, let's take a stab at tomorrow's forecast. It looks as though the sunspot number is increasing with all these new regions appearing, and if they develop, the sunspot number may well go up quite significantly. Flare activity may increase too with the increasing number of sunspots and size of sunspots. I suspect the solar wind will start moderating fairly soon as that coronal hole rotates over the west limb. The geomagnetic storm that we currently are in may intensify above the G1 level in the next few hours, but I don't think it'll be a substantial event. Once again, thank you for listening. If you enjoy these videos, please pass them on to friends or neighbors or relations who you think might benefit from understanding more about how the sun works. And so until next time, stay safe and goodbye.